Hello students, once more your Sonali teacher back for chemistry revision, and today I am going to cover another chapter, important MCQs, that is a periodic table for your examination. So this is a revision session, and I hope this will be helpful for all of the students. So let us start. Sonali ma'am from Class Toppers for your chemistry revision. So you can see the first question which is displayed on the screen, the noble gas having duplet arrangement of electrons. Now see, in this chapter what is important, you will, because the chapter name itself is periodic table, so you will have to remember the periodic tables, how many number of groups and how many number of periods it has. Okay, so that is very important, and you should be having a very shortcut method of knowing the elements. So how many elements belong to which period, first period, second period. So in between I will be explaining you. So let us see the first question, the noble gas having duplet arrangement of electrons. See, duplet arrangement of electron means 2 electrons, that is 2. Okay, 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Now 2 electrons in the outermost shell means this is the nucleus of an atom and these are the shell. So in the outermost shell it should have 2 electrons. So which is this element having 2 electrons in the outermost shell? Yes, you are correct. The answer is helium. Okay, so let us come to the next question. The noble gas having electronic configuration 288. Electronic configuration means obviously what you will do, you will add 2 plus 8 plus 8, 8 plus 8, 16, 17, 18. So it's basically a noble gas having its atomic number as 18. Now what is atomic number? Atomic number is the number of electrons or the number of protons. That is what the atomic number is. So noble gas having an atomic number or electronic configuration 288. So this noble gas will be nothing but your argon. Clear? Now let us come to the next question, a metalloid in period 2 and in period 3. Now how many periods are there in the periodic table? There are 7 periods in the periodic table. And how do we actually classify the elements on the, how do we put them in these periods? That is number of shells. So if the element is belonging to the first shell, it has first period, it has 1 shell. If it belongs to the second period, it has 2 shell. If it belongs to the third period, it has 3 shell. This is how we place the elements in the period. So a metalloid in period 2 and period 3. Now what is a metalloid? The one which shows the characteristic of both metal and non-metal. Okay. So period 2 and period 3. So how do you remember the elements in period 2 and period 3? So let me give you some hint about the periodic table. The first period will contain hydrogen and helium as the element. The second period will contain which element? How do you remember? See, there was a shortcut method which I had learnt in my school days, in my college days, which I am going to show you. It is Li, B, B, K, Nof, and here AR. And in the third period it is So, My, Kal, C, Pas, Kal, and यहाँ पे neon. Okay. So basically in your second period and your third period, so which one is the metalloid? So here your boron is the metalloid and in the third period your silicon is the metalloid. So you can see the answer, metalloid in period 2 is boron and in period 3 is silicon. Okay, so now let us come to the next question. The number of electron shells in element of period 1, 2 and 3. So right now only I have explained you. Electron shell. See, if the element belongs to the first period, it has 1 electron shell. Second period having 2 electron shell. Third period having 3 electron shell. This is how the elements are placed in the period. So of course if it is period 1, it will have 1 shell, period 2, 2 shell, period 3, 3 shell. So you can check with the answer. Period 1, 1 shell, period 2, 2 shells, and period 3, 3 shells. I hope this is clear to all of you. So now let us come to the next question. The valency of elements in group 1, also called as 1A. Now what do you mean by valency, the term valency? See, valency means the number. Now what is valency? Valency is the number of electrons lost or electrons gained. That is called as valency. So some element they lose electron, it is easy for them to lose, and some electron they gain, some elements they gain electron. So the one who lose electrons, they get a plus charge, and one who gains electron, they get a negative charge. Okay. So valency of elements in group 1. Now, as I told you how the elements are placed in periods, that is depending upon the number of shells. So first period, those elements having one shell will be placed in the first period, those elements having two shell will be placed in the second period. For group, how do we classify the groups in periodic table? If the element is belonging to the first group, it means it has valency plus 1. So valency plus 1 means it has lost one electron. Okay. So elements which belongs to first group, okay, first group, the valency will be plus 1, and that is how we classify the elements, or we place the element in that group. Okay. So the answer is plus 1. Clear to all of you? Let us go to the next question. The group whose elements have zero valency. Now group whose elements have zero valency. What is zero valency? Means the outermost shell is completely filled. Either it has 2 electrons, or it has 8 electrons, or it has 18 electrons. So if the outermost shells are completely filled, it is called as zero group, or those elements which has completely filled outermost shell will belong to this zero group. Okay. So group whose element have zero valency is in the periodic table you have 8 groups and 7 periods. So answer is group 18th or zero group. It is called as zero group. Actually it is the 8th group, but it is given a name as zero group. Why zero group? Because they neither lose any electron nor they gain any electron. Their outermost shells are completely filled. Clear? Next, an alkaline earth metal in period 3. Now alkaline earth metal in period 3. So I have given you some hint how to remember the elements. So period 3 will start with Somagal, Sipuscal. Okay. Now here, if you see sodium, magnesium, aluminum. Now this 3 of them are metals. It is easy for them to lose the electron. Then silicon, you have seen it's a metalloid. Phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, these are all non-metal. So it is an alkaline earth metal in period 3. So period 3 starts with sodium, magnesium, aluminum. So the answer will be magnesium. Magnesium is an alkaline earth metal. Next, the non-metallic element present in period 3 other than sulfur and chlorine. Non-metallic element present in period 3. Now period 3 period starts with hydrogen, helium. The second period starts with Lipinov, and the third period starts with Somagal, Sipuscal. So you need an element which is non-metal. Okay, it's a non-metallic element other than sulfur and chlorine. So as I told you, Somagal, Sipuscal, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Now chlorine and sulfur already mentioned, and here you have neon. Now neon is what? It's an zero group element, that is it is inert gas element. So the answer will be what? The answer will be your phosphorus. Okay. Now let us go to the next. A non-metal in period 2 having electronic configuration 2 and 6. Non-metal in period 2 having electronic configuration 2 and 6. Period 2. Period 2 starts with, first period is hydrogen and helium. You have Li, Bi, Ba, Ke, No, Fa, and then you have here neon. So first is hydrogen and helium. This is the first period, second period and third period, Somagal, Sipuscal. So these are elements which are arranged in a periodic table. They are arranged in an increasing order of the atomic number. So hydrogen, the atomic number is 1, helium is 2, lithium will be 3, beryllium 4, boron 5, carbon 6, nitrogen 7, oxygen 8, fluorine 9 and neon 10. Okay. Now how do I do the electronic configuration? यहाँ पे तो 1 है, यहाँ पे 2 है, which is duplet. So here what you will write, 2 and 1. This is how do the electronic configuration. 2 and 3. The first shell has to be filled. 2 and 4, 2 and 5, 2 and 6. So you can see here 2 and 6 belongs to which element? Oxygen. So the answer is oxygen. Okay. Now let us come to the next question. An electrovalent compound formed between an alkali metal and halogen. Now what do you mean by electrovalent compound? See, electrovalent compounds are formed between a metal and a non-metal where they exchange their electron. One will take the electron and other will give the electron. So one will be having a positive charge and other will be having a negative charge. So an electrovalent compound formed between an alkali metal and an halogen. Now it is an alkali metal. Alkali metal can be sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Your halogens are what? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So if I take sodium as one of the metal, alkali metal, and chlorine one of the halogen, I will get electrovalent compound as sodium chloride. So answer is what? Sodium chloride, correct? Okay. So sodium chloride will have a positive and a negative charge. Why? Because sodium will lose one electron and chlorine will gain one electron, and that is how they form an electrovalent compound. So a compound having, or a compound formed between a metal and a non-metal by losing and gaining of electron and having a charge on them. Okay. So thank you very much. The important MCQs for your revision purpose, that is for the examination purpose, and you can refer to more and more videos if you need chemistry revisions, upcoming videos. And if you have liked my videos, please subscribe and share to the other students where it can be useful. Thank you very much.